You ever wonder about this? You see people earning a decent but not huge salary, and somehow they get rich. And then you see others pulling in six figures, but they're completely broke, living paycheck to paycheck. It is a puzzle that keeps so many of us financially stuck. So today, we're going to break down the hidden psychology behind why this happens, because I promise you, the answer isn't what you think.
Okay, let's just dive right in. Look, it really boils down to two financial paths. On the one hand, you've got what we can call financial survival. Money comes in and boom, it's immediately gone. Out to bills, loan payments, lifestyle stuff, and you end up right back at zero, broke. But then there's the other path, financial freedom. Here, the money comes in, but the very first thing that happens is saving and investing. Only then, with what's left over, do you spend. That one little flip in the sequence, it makes all the difference in the world.
And this right here, is the absolute core of it. The gap between those two paths, it's not really about how much you earn. It's not about being a math genius. It's about the invisible patterns, the habits, the stuff we do every single day without even thinking about it.
So to really get a handle on these behaviors, we've got to look under the hood at the machine that's running the show, our own brains. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain is not naturally wired to help you build wealth in this modern world. Not even close.
Okay, so we've got to get something straight. The difference between a habit and a decision. A decision, right? That's when you're consciously thinking, weighing your options. But a habit? That's just an automatic script that your brain runs without your permission. It gets triggered by something around you, like walking past your favorite coffee shop or seeing a sale in your inbox. And the scary part is, most of our spending, it's not a decision, it's a habit.
And get this, the scale of this is just wild. Research out of Duke University found that nearly half, 45% of everything we do all day long isn't a conscious choice. It's pure habit. Think about that. For almost half of your day, you're not actually in the driver's seat. Your autopilot is. And that autopilot has its hands firmly on your wallet.
So why are our habits wired this way? Well, it's because our brains evolved for survival in the wild, not for navigating stock portfolios. Our ancient survival brain is all about what feels good right now. It wants immediate rewards, food, comfort, you name it. And spending money? That gives you a tiny little dopamine hit, an instant reward. Saving, though? That reward is way off in the future. It's abstract. So to your ancient brain, saving feels like pain, and spending feels like a win.
So, what happens when this autopilot brain of ours, the one that's constantly chasing that immediate reward, suddenly gets more money to play with? Well, a really specific and honestly dangerous pattern starts to emerge. It is the single biggest reason why just earning more money doesn't automatically make you any richer.
It's got a name, lifestyle creep. Some people call it lifestyle inflation. This is that sneaky thing that happens when your spending just quietly expands to fill up your new, bigger income. You get a raise at work, and all of a sudden that slightly nicer apartment, that new car, those daily lattes, they don't feel like luxuries anymore. They just feel like your new normal.
So how do you know if this is happening to you? Well, just ask yourself a few questions. Are you earning more money but your savings account looks exactly the same? Have you pretty much stopped budgeting because, you figure you make enough now? Has your credit card debt actually gone up since you got that raise? And this last one, this is the real tell. Are the things that used to feel like a huge treat now just basic necessities?
Now you might be sitting there thinking, so what? I work hard, I deserve some nice things. And you know what? That's totally fair. But the true cost of these little upgrades isn't just the cash you're spending today, it's the massive future wealth you are silently trading away.
And here it is. This is the true cost in black and white. Let's say you get a raise and it gives you an extra $1,250 a month. If lifestyle creep just gobbles that up in car payments and nicer dinners, you're not just losing $1,250, you're losing everything it could have become. If you had invested that money over 30 years, it could have grown to over $1.4 million. That is the silent wealth killer, right there in action.
So this really brings us to a choice, a fork in the road. When we're faced with these powerful psychological forces, we can either just drift along on autopilot, or we can decide to become the intentional architect of our financial life.
On one side, you've got the drifter. The drifter is just a product of their environment and their autopilot brain. They react to things, they spend their money first, and they often chase the look of success, thinking that an expensive car or a fancy watch is the same thing as actual wealth. It's not. Then you've got the architect. The architect understands their own psychology. They don't try to fight it with willpower because they know that's a losing game. Instead, they build systems to work around it. They design their environment, they always save first, and they focus on building real, invisible wealth, not just looking rich. So,
How do you become the architect? Well, the answer isn't to just try harder or have more discipline. It's about completely redesigning the system that you live in so that building wealth becomes the easy, automatic, default option.
This quote just says it all perfectly. Trying to use willpower to fight your bad money habits, it's like trying to stop a river with your bare hands. Eventually, you're going to get tired, and that river is going to win. The solution isn't more force, it's better engineering. You have to build a better system.
And here are the 3 pillars of that system. Step 1. Give every single dollar a job. Stop looking at your checking account as one big slush fund. Create separate accounts or pots of money, one for bills, one for fun spending, one for savings. Just doing that changes everything. Step 2. Automate your wealth. This is the classic pay yourself first idea put into action. You set up automatic transfers to your savings and investments that happen the day you get paid. The money's gone building your future before you even have a chance to spend it. And third, create intentional friction. Look, the world is designed to make spending as easy as possible. Your job is to add that friction back in. Unsubscribe from all those tempting marketing emails. Delete your saved credit cards from Amazon and other sites. And try this, a simple 24-hour waiting period before you make any big, non-essential purchase.
And let's be really clear here. This is not about depriving yourself. This isn't about never buying anything nice ever again. Not at all. The entire goal is to shift your spending from being automatic and impulsive to being conscious and intentional. It's about making sure your money is actually going toward the things that align with your long-term goals and your true values, not just your brain's momentary craving for a dopamine hit.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Those small, seemingly meaningless habits that you repeat every single day, they are the literal building blocks of your financial future. They are compounding, for better or for worse. So the real question you have to ask yourself is this: are you the one designing that future, or are you just a passenger along for the ride?
If this explainer got you thinking a little differently about the systems that run your financial life, make sure you follow for more money truths.